What up, though, y'all? How y'all living, man? So, another day in Juan-O's world. Hold on. These the jeans we gonna wear out of here when we roll out. That's a fitting into that. No, it ain't nobody under my desk giving me a little bit of the best. I wish it was, though. But dig this here. So, in my comments, well, hold on. Forget all that. How y'all doing today, people? Y'all all right? If you're not all right, you better get that way because all you got is you. You know what I'm saying? So you can wait on this, you can wait on that, but all you got is you. So if you're not all right, you better get all right. You feel me? My bad. Juan-O is learning how to work all this equipment. I'm not that type of nerd. I can write a computer program, but using the computer is something totally different for a dude like me. Anyways, so a lot of people was in the comments talking about Mr. Big Joe and this Shannon Sharpe interview and him going that dang dash and a whole lot of other things. So let's go and check this out a little bit, see what he got to say, what was going on with Fat Joe and whatnot on this trip. Ozempic Joe. Well, no, I ain't gonna front. Like whatever you got to do to be the best version of yourself, go ahead and do it. I don't know if that Ozempic trip is the thing to do, and I don't know if it's not the thing to do. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I did hear it'll make you lose your booty.
There's a woman named Desiree Perez, right? So
who is a known informant. This is where this music stuff get a little crazy at. And this is where my subscribers be, Juan-O, why you always stopping the video? Because a dude like Shannon Sharpe, he probably got his stuff to the T. That means I'm gonna have to stop it every like 10 to 30 seconds or some stuff like that. But Desiree Perez is that young lady that worked for Rock Nation who's known as informant.
She called me into the office. I had already made peace with Jay-Z.
Right.
He was
Is his whole beard fake?
Ready on the All the Way Up remix. And she sat me down. And so this is OG Juan's wife. She sat me down and said, yo, I think you should be a Rock Nation artist and we should manage you, And to them, in this game of chess, Fat Joe was a real big piece to grab on a team.
Board, huh?
So she said, I know you doing a deal right now. And the deal was for $1 million. I thought I negotiated a great deal. I was negotiating a deal with somebody. Let's just say $1 million for this glass of water. She said, what if I told you I call that guy right now and they give you $3.5 million for that same deal you negotiated for $1 million? I said, let me see. She dialed the number, called the dude, said, yo, you doing a deal with Fat Joe? Yeah, this. She was like, yeah, it's for $1 million, right? Yeah, it's $3.5 million now. We manage him. He said, sure, I'll send the check tomorrow, Des. Hung up the phone.
Wow. What's wild is you guys get on this internet selling the image of certain things to these kids that's pretty much counterproductive because it doesn't make sense. And for these kids to try and live up to the image that you guys present is kind of ridiculous. Now, the idea of a Fat Joe doing business with a known informant, and then you expresses whose wife she is, who's also a known D-boy or has a known D-boy history, and you call him OG such and such. See, these things are misleading, and none of my baby mamas would ever snitch. But that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? And I don't go around exposing people for being tattletales or truth tellers or big fat rats or even hood possums, because there's some hood possums in these stories. You know what I'm saying? Well, you say, what's a hood possum? That's a very dangerous rat, a super duper big one. So on my YouTube page or even in my real life, I respect people as what I know them to be. And I pretty much leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And I keep it close ranks on who I do business with, you know, and rat behavior starts long before somebody tells on you. So if I'm fucking with somebody and they exhibiting rat behavior, I typically cut that off right then. You know what I'm saying? Or at least change the calibrations of our relationship.
That was it for me.
He's like, okay, yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, that's it. That's it for me. Nigga, I come from nothing. When I see that type of power, I was like, oh no, I need that. Like that's that, you know, and we've been happily ever after.
I don't know, Joey. I come from nothing. Like for real, nothing. Not that, and that's another thing people in my comments be on me about. Now, I like Fat Joe. I'm not the biggest fan of his raps, but I am a fan of his songs. I am a fan of his entertainment. He's a very entertaining guy, especially when it comes down to the stories. And that be the problem with the stories, because people be wondering, like, yo, is Fat Joe lying? And people might want to ask me, you got one YouTube channel. It's not completely devoted to being a Fat Joe myth buster, but they do a lot of Fat Joe myth busting. And they done busted a few Fat Joe myths. And I mean, of course, you know, Fat Joe is clearly not as real as he say he is, because you know, his beard is fake, and so is his weight loss. But he's been honest about it when he gets put on the spot. So it gets a little funny. To me, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Juan-O world subscribers. To me, Fat Joe is the guy that'll put the 2 on the 10. Like, he's not counterfeit, but he's counterfeiting. He's gonna take the $10 bill and put a 2 over the 1. Make it a little more than it was. Nah, Fat Joe taking the $10 bill and putting a 0 behind that bitch, making it 100. That's more accurate. That's more accurate for what the fuck Fat Joe ass be doing. But hey, we all the way up. All the way up. He was real but then I can't just diss Fat Joe though, because I done seen him be real in situations where it really, really counted. And they wasn't all gangster, I'm about to choke somebody out. I don't know. You can't judge a dude by how he look, as far as what he for sure probably push a button on somebody, and he damn sure got that in his eyes.
Joe, how does one set aside his pride? Because like you said, you had a little subtle, not major, with Hov. How did you set that aside and say, man, I'm gonna get at this money? That's BS. Later for that, set that to the side. Let me go get this paper.
I'm lost.
You know what they did to me, Shannon? And I'm guilty of many, 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 many crimes. Never rape, never murder. But I robbed people. I did everything you could do, sold every drug you could do, whatever. So now I turned my life legit.
Now, see, these are the things that kind of bother me. You know what I know about? I was a drug dealer. You know what I know about me? I was a real, actual, pay my bills off of selling drugs. And you know what I know? You can't be a drug dealer and a robber. You can't. You can't. Damn sure not a bare-faced robber. And robbing and stealing drugs and selling drugs is very dangerous, because people know they dope. But and see, that's why it be stuff like that that make people, like, especially people that subscribe to my channel. That's why they be like, man, is Fat Joe fronting? It's like, I don't know what to tell him. I don't.
And I trust these accountants. An accountant fucked me and didn't pay my taxes while I was sending them wire transfers. The feds come, my lawyer shows them that we was paying them the wire transfers.
Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. And this is why people be on Big Joe, because some of that shit don't make sense. Now look, Juan-O just had tax trouble. You know what I'm saying? This nice young lady, you know, took care of my business. You know, and I fucks with her. I fucks with her the long way. She took care of my business. I had tax trouble for over the course of shucks, man. I might not have filed taxes since 2019, right? So as she takes care of them for me, you know what I'm getting for each and every individual year? I'm getting my own personal correspondence. This is my real, you know, just so you see my real own personal correspondence. Now, dog, she did get one because Juan-O was, I was about to be on the hook for some bands to make you dance. Bands to make you dance. Straight up. Straight up. Last year alone. Don't even worry about that. Just know I was about to be on the hook for some bands to make you dance. And as you see on that top one, they even that's with her working her jerk. I still was already on them 9 or 10 bands right there. But whatever the case may be, all that shit is handled. The reason why some of these stories that Fat Joe be telling be hard to believe is because, like, just from your common knowledge about basic life, you kind of know it worked that way. So, Fat Joe, it sounded like you might have fucked around on your taxes a little bit or fucked around paying them. Not to say your accountant wasn't full of shit, but where your baby mama at? She don't check your mail? Like, he married, right? He married. He's married. I just have kids' mothers. Dog. I couldn't have a fever without one of them knowing. One, I done almost been fired at my job. I don't know how many times. One totally maintains me keeping my job. You know what I'm saying? One totally maintains my ownership of all the shit I own, insurance, etc. One maintains what I'm building here. I have to actually work on my music myself and check my music and the money from that. I gotta do that. One maintains, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm giving you way too much game. You don't want to hear about Juan-O's world.
And that he didn't pay my taxes. The feds came. So he know what time. Damon Dash, you know what time it is.
I don't like niggas dissing Dame. But look, don't never be unaccountable. Fellas, I don't give a fuck who does what. You know what I'm saying? You love a chick and she run off with your money, it's still your fault. Even though she did the act, it's still your fault. Why you give her that access? Why you pick that bitch? The more realer we are with ourselves about the decisions that we make and how they may have or may not have affected our lives, then the better shit it'll be. But you can't go marry a stripper that's trying to be famous and then wonder why she's trying to embarrass you in front of everybody. Nigga, 1 + 1 = 2. Now hold on. You know, this and Dame Dash, man, it's kind of fucked up. I don't really like it. What I can tell you is I ain't never seen Dame Dash flying coach. I ain't seen him without a big house. He has not sold his Rolex. What you want me to tell you? He's still working. He still got product on the street. People dissing on Dame, I really don't like it. Like, a business deal could go bad for us all. And then the number one thing about Dame that we all see, this nigga clearly invests all his money in his next projects. Ain't no telling how I know what I spent building Juan-O's world, and that's just on YouTube. I can only imagine what he spent on all the movies he made over the past 5 years building that network. And he was running the Diabetes Network 24/7. And he put out 2 rock albums. You know what I'm saying? Just like the work ethic alone. And then no matter what you may think, he steps on on YouTube. People don't talk about this. There's no Dame Dash interview with less than or video with less than 100,000. And a lot of that shit is coming from his page. Like, that's money. People so busy hating on him, they don't even notice the low-key powerhouse he is. But Dame Dash, let me tell you, that's some shit a Detroit nigga love, not like my nigga Rob Easy. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, hey, he always play it low key. Always play it low key. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got things. He ride around in his daddy mobile. Ooh, I almost said, you know, he ride around in his daddy mobile. Best way to do it.
Then I said he was delusional. I did not say he was delusional. I just said, I use an example where Jay-Z said in the record, if you made Hove, go make another Hove.
Right.
And I ain't seen nobody make another Hove, right? Now, Dame Dash, you know, he's in a point of his life. It's very sad to see what's going on with Dame Dash, right? But sometimes you so smart that you stand in the way of yourself and you block your own blessings. And you just going and he responded to me. So he know what time. Damon Dash, you know what time it is. Like, you know that, right?
He could have just.
Now, this is one problem I do have, right? I don't know what it's like in New York for people that grew up in New York and running and all of that. But like, this is the funny thing with me. Everybody is all niggas until they get into it with each other. So I know Dame got hands. Do I believe that Fat Joe could beat Dame Dash in a fight? Fuck no. But I do believe Fat Joe got more Ricans and Cubans that's willing to push a blade or switch a knife than Dame Dash got niggas that's willing to do the same for him. And when a motherfucker like Fat Joe look into the camera and say, you know what time it is, like this is why I don't like everybody saying, yo, we black, we black, we black. Because as soon as it get in time, as soon as we get into it, it ain't gonna be your manpower versus my manpower. It's gonna be your people versus this nigga that you just said you was family with. And that's why I don't fuck with the Kamala Harris. I mean, we could be cool. We could do business and all of that shit. But long as we know you died Pepsi, we cool. Long as we know which one is in the blue can. Cause I'm the real thing. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. All four of my grandparents, all four of my great greats birth certificate says nigga. I could just end the video on that. You know what I'm saying? All the men in my family that own the first generation of homeowners, all they deeds got in, it's called an encumbrance. All of their deeds got notice to not sell the niggas. Most of them overpaid for their houses just to have a house. Don't get me started. But you know what I'm saying? Fat Joe is cool. He lost his Ozempic weight. That's what it is. But we ain't about to just be dissing Dame, like, you know what I'm saying? Juan-O don't fuck with that.
No, but he just know the difference between me and him.
Right.
Let's be clear.
And the difference between Fat Joe and Dame is Dame ain't made up with nobody he got into it with, but he's been technically living the same way. Say what you want. Like, that's what shit get funny. Like, you friends with 50, he filed bankruptcy. Dame ain't filed bankruptcy. They just taking it. I'm pretty sure, because I'm learning what to do with my money. Again, Lord, I don't want to show my address. Again, I'm learning I'm learning how money works. So I get it. A nigga may be getting it, not fully understanding how it works. And that's obviously the last asset that Dame had in his name. You don't know how much money he got. It ain't in his name. How the fuck would you know? And that's how it's supposed to be. And that's how you grow. But I do know this. America New is a subscription-based platform that he owns 100%. And if he has upwards of 100,000 subscribers, and then it's a free subscription joint. So that means he's bringing it in on ad revenue. And I watched it. I downloaded it. He's getting some ad revenue because he got all type of people advertising on there. Why are we diminishing what he built? Because he's not. Jay-Z, my favorite rapper. Let's start there. Jay-Z, my favorite rapper. But nigga, he ain't gotta, and I respect that. Nigga, I ain't gotta hold your balls to be me. We out. I love you from across the street. And that's how I look at that.
Okay.
Come on, Joe.
So the
and back to the point I was making, Joe, you made friends with niggas who you claimed you hated and would do X, this, and that too, to get to your second career or your third career here, and your fake beard. This and Dame, and matter of fact, we gonna stop sharing this because Juan-O is not with the this and Dame. I'm not. You know what? I'm not like Dame Dash biased, like I'm Street Lord biased, but Juan-O is like you're it ain't gonna be no diss and Dame. That's all I'm saying. Like the diss and Dame shit, nah, I ain't feeling it. And we all know Dame was putting it down. And more importantly, because shit get funny. Like shit get funny for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like last time a nigga called me out, I showed up and shot the fade with him. Now it's 6 Mile rules. You can't record no shit like that. And long as we all know what went down, that's cool. These are hood rules now. So even though it's camera phones, we didn't record it, but I put my work in. And I'm not gonna like rehash old wounds or whatever, but man, these motherfuckers is cupcakes. I'm just gonna say it like that. Dame got hands, Joe. And y'all make a lot of money squabbling out if you wanted to. Why even speak on him? Especially when you're talking about his finances and his chippers. Like, why even speak on him? You know what I'm saying? He going through what he going through. He did what he did, done what he done. Why even speak on him? Now look at the face on this Charlamagne the God nigga. I don't like how they already predisposed to attack anything that's opposing the agenda they pushing. How do you represent Black people and you're not willing to hear an alternative? How do you put more effort into tearing down the alternative than you do to understand and hearing it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? How? How does that make sense? How is that even a viable option, shall we say? And you know what? Let's go and get it in. We gonna get it in. Why though? Why? And that's what niggas is tired of right now. You know what I'm saying? Why would you? You know what's funny? No matter how many floors up you are, it seems like the noise get a little louder. It makes no sense. But you know, whatever. Why though? That's the problem. That's why don't nobody want to do that. And I know y'all really about to talk shit about Juan-O stuff in the video. These motherfuckers is hardcore. You gotta stop. Hold on, baby
and
girl.
so right before
That ain't all he said. Because I saw that. My grandmother used to love watching Oprah and a couple other shows. That's where I got the Black Geraldo from. My grandma used to watch that nigga. I thought I was gonna be doing the investigation tonight. I got my suit jacket over there. But I think I gotta get a suit jacket with the arm pads and shit on there like he used to wear. But did though. Not only did Trump say that, when they asked him who would be his vice president, you know who he said his vice president would be? Oprah. He was the first man to ever even speak about, especially on live TV, a Black person being in the White House. He helped Jesse Jackson run for office, for president, and he helped Jesse Jackson get his Rainbow Coalition off the ground by giving them free rental space in Manhattan, bro. So you talking about a place he probably could have been getting 30, 40, 50, 60 grand a month off of. He gave to Jesse. How you gonna tell me this man racist? This where things get a little funny at. By the way, baby girl got a little makeup on, but she kind of sexy. And this where that shit get funny at. They be like, look it up, Google, research or whatever. It's like, well, if you could say he drilled more than Trump, but me whipping out my drill, spinning it, I could say that's drilling. This political shit get real funny with verbiage. If he drilled more than Trump, why the fuck is gas so high? If he drilled more than Trump, why do we not have gas reserve? Are you drilling and giving our oil away? Is that what's going on, Mr. Biden? And this is not my realm. This is more some Anton Daniels realm, type shit. I stay in my comfort zone, but I do understand. And it is my job to rationalize this to the ignorant motherfuckers that I used to be one of. You know what I'm saying? So let me help you all the way ignorant ass motherfuckers out about why you need not be voting for Kamala or Tampon Tim. Unless you want your son getting free tampons in middle school and your daughter having to pay for some when she find out that she's a woman in school. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really with neither. The mothers of my daughters told me little girls shouldn't be using tampons. That's what I was told. So if the mothers of my daughters tell me that when our daughters get to that point, they don't want them using tampons, which I'm not even qualified to speak on. Let's get that let's get that straight right there. Goddamn, I done just fucked up. I'm not a dude that was made for having daughters, man. This shit is gonna it's not illegal to kill somebody, but it's illegal to murder somebody. Oh shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do about having daughters. I have no fucking idea, man. Oh, I got some liquor right here. Shit. I do got a son though. He's right in the middle of it. One older, one younger. He ain't fucking around. I don't want him getting in trouble because of his sisters either. So I don't know. Got to stack some bread.
Okay. Yeah. I don't believe that's true at all. And
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump was obviously a proponent.
It is. It's true because I said so. Nigga, if he did more drilling, where is the oil? Look at this nigga fidgeting and shit. Y'all seen fidgeting, rubbing in his face and shit. Y'all see him? Y'all see this? Y'all see this motherfucker? Y'all see him? I gotta learn how to work my camera. This nigga been in the media for a minute. He over there fidgeting, rubbing in his face, screwing his face up. He already knew they was gonna kill a young lady in editing or try to, but we not stupid. Especially not as black men. We tired of this bullshit. Tired of it. Yo. Well, I'm a Detroiter, so that means I work harder than every other motherfucker from any other state or city. But on my daytime blue collar job, I think I pulled in like 117,000 last year. And the amount of that went to taxes was crazy. It was unacceptable. On top of the fact, you take that amount of money from me and then you tell me I still owe taxes. And it's like, well, okay, what am I getting for this money? Because they didn't put Juan-O in a position to whereas everything I make on top of the table, oh, nigga, I'm about to invest in my business. I might as well build myself up to be a millionaire, billionaire before I just let them take it in taxes. And then like Kamala Harris always loves to point out, a tax credit. All I have to do is make it through the year. Now I know some of y'all, so I'm prepared. No matter if Kamala win or Trump, Now, if Kamala win, I'm gonna be getting a lot of migrant pussy. I'm about to start fucking some of these migrants now. Man, these Venezuelan women is fine. I got a little bit of a hard on think about the one I saw earlier, man. These, they fine. Now look, they keep bringing up that Central Park 5 shit. I don't like it on no ends. I have a 13-year-old son. You know what I've been telling my 13-year-old son since he was a 3-year-old boy? You had a right to remain silent. If the police get you or they pull you over or they fucking with you for something, son, you tell them that you on your way home and what your address is. And you don't want to be rude, but you don't have nothing else to say. Hold your hands up, cut the lights on, be polite as you can. Answer their questions depending on what they ask you. Like they ask your name, give it to them. You on your way home with your address? Yeah. You can give them that. But don't give them shit else. Keep your hands up and be polite. That's what I tell my son. So these Central Park 5, some of them parents took they should be mad. Some of their parents took them in there and had them confess to a crime they did not commit. Even if they did commit it, why the fuck are they confessing? Moms, dad, and you gonna blame Donald Trump? Or fuck all that. What about the cops that didn't investigate? The Democratic cops that did not investigate? What about the prosecutor that didn't check that information? What about the judge who saw the tapes of the confession? All Democrats here, they all got their own level of culpability, done nothing. You talking about the real estate tycoon who comments on what he sees in the news and then takes it upon himself to make ads, which, as we see Donald Trump, everything is a business opportunity. So that was a salesmanship. Like, yo, I'm the biggest landlord in the city. I can't let women in my building think I'm cool with this. I understand that. He had the information that these guys pled guilty. Quit charging him with these democratic mistakes. That's democratic values that have Black parents taking their kids to police stations to admit to crimes they did not do. To give information they should not give. He just might have been a nigga on the corner. He just might have been in the store. And now you got him helping the police that's going to put himself in jail for life or some years, ruin this fucking shit, ruin his life. These ain't proper. These are not proper ways of going about.
He wants Black Americans to be successful, Hispanic Americans.
We know. I made good money.
I don't think that's true, but I also no. Well, ask Donald Trump yourself.
Man, this is why you can't trust this dude. Do you see me rubbing my face? He's showing so much disdain. Look at his face. Look at this motherfucker's face right now. Look at his face. Baby girl ain't lying. Charlamagne has no defense for none of what she's saying. And it's true. It's fucking true. You don't need no new bill to close the border. God damn it, I live in Michigan. This is a border state. As a matter of fact, I can see the fucking bridge to Canada from here. I live right by the tunnel. I can see the second bridge to Canada. Me, Juan-O, legit American, Michigan enhanced ID. I can't just go roll over into Canada. Some fuck ass Canadian can't just roll over into here. Drake come to Michigan, even Drake, he might have to lift and spread them motherfuckers to get up in this bitch. And we just got a little river between us. Just a little river. A motherfucker could swim across that river and climb up in the mayor's backyard. Facts. But they don't allow that shit. So why the fuck is they allowing it everywhere else? Tell me that. When Detroit City was filing for bankruptcy, we didn't have a fucking migrant problem. And then Kamala Harris keep trying to change the language of what an illegal alien is. I don't give a fuck who you want to let some people in. Go ahead. We got all kind of states and cities in middle America that had nobody there. Whole built cities, whole cities built. Nobody there. It's all on YouTube, all the different cities that we built up trying to start a business, you know, put them there. But why the fuck you overloading them in Chicago, New York? Why you overloading them in places where it's niggas that's already fighting over everything? And then why are you sneaking them in to places where it's white people at, small towns where it's white people at, that ain't making enough money for what they need, but you bring these migrants in and offer them jobs right next to the white people that's been there for hundreds of years in these small towns? Why? See, I used to sell drugs in small towns, white small towns. What y'all doing to them white people is super duper fire. You know it is. But we ain't even gonna get to that right now. I'm gonna let it rock. And look at this nigga face, man. This motherfucker pissed me off. Look at this nigga. Bitch, we don't need no bill. It was already a war there. All of them border states, they got a National Guard. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden sued those states to stop them from using a National Guard to stop the fucking migrants. Kamala Harris sued Texas to change the Border Patrol's job. So now they have to catch and release instead of catching and sending back. What the fuck? Don't tell me that we need a bipartisan bill when you didn't sue, you didn't threaten to get these motherfuckers in here. Don't tell me you care. And this is where Charlamagne, the guy, like, dog, either you a fucking idiot or you are you a fucking devil. Charlamagne the devil. You a fucking devil, nigga, because you know this. How the fuck you representing the culture? And you niggas ain't agreed on shit else. You ain't invest with envy in them houses, did you? I know, motherfucker. I said no. And Charlamagne, you snitching. You snitching. You snitching.
Told him not to do it.
That I don't think that's true.
You,
but I also no.
And you literally told a 15-year-old girl's mother when you was a 21, 22-year-old allegedly that you was gonna bring her home, and you didn't. And you left her in a party full of hard legs or some bullshit happened by your own admission. That was you, nigga. That was you. You did that. You let the lesser charge. Man, how hard is it for you having the last name of what he used to say? He is a Smith, a Combs, Smith, Winfrey, Pinkett, Carter. Say, fuck your daddy's last name. You've been claiming niggas that's your same age as your daddy. Faggot. Oh shit. Being homosexual don't make you that word being less than a man. Grew up middle class and her mother brought her. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, man, they edit this shit in. I'm not about to watch too much more of this. They tried to do baby girl dirty. She did an excellent job. You know, I see why Trump's son wifed her.
That's your way to stay out of prison.
And you believe those were all legitimate?
I don't know if they're legitimate or not, but you know, he had the charges. I mean, that's up for the courts to decide.
Charlamagne, you got charges. Now let's be clear. Let's just deal with the Stormy Daniels. If you know anything about law, that whole Stormy Daniels shit, it was extortion, not bribery. Extortion is this: if me and you participate in something that may be embarrassing or immoral, and you come back to me and charge me some money to not say nothing, that's extortion, even if I pay you. He should have never been charged. Bribery is when I get you to do some bullshit. and then I force you to take this payment, or I force some money on you to get you to do some bullshit. By their own admission, what Trump did was not bribery. Now she gonna go on and expose Hillary Clinton for colluding with the Russians, and Charlemagne ain't gonna have no comment. Look at this nigga with his faces. He might be an undercover homosexual. That's why I can't make no sons. Anyway, man, we're gonna go on, skip right on off of that shit, dog. This nigga is slightly embarrassing. But let's check on Anton Daniels and my man Trump. He always trying to get some shit away. He ain't let them fries fry long enough either. He ain't salt the fries either. God damn it, you supposed to salt them fries. Oh, he salt the fries. You got a total salt. This nigga can't stop trying to sell shit. He can't help himself. Look at Anton smiling. I fucks with him 2 times, dog. We voting for this nigga. I ain't got my watch on right now. He salted them fries wrong. When you work at McDonald's, you gotta salt the fries in the M. and the salt shaker is set up for that. Look at Anton so gleeful. He happier than a damn. I'll be forgetting I'm on YouTube. Oh, so, hey, Donald Trump need one of these shirts. And that's one thing. I know Trump be putting the 2 on the 10. People call him a liar and shit, but he just want everything to be great. He want everybody to be great. And I get it, man. It's the biggest question in my life is why rich people don't talk to poor people. You know, that was one thing I wondered when I was younger and we lived in the projects and things like that. And I had sights on people who had a lot. And my whole life has been about learning and understanding that question. And now I get it. Like, he has undeniable optimism. Now he clearly understands he couldn't translate what he knows to the common person or the poor people. But what he could do is be honest and allow that to translate itself to you. I really don't. Why I fuck with Trump, it's that vaccine shit. You know, Junior, those of y'all that don't know, Junior is like 13 years old. And then I have 3 other kids that's 3, 2, and 1. I was not having no more kids, but I did have more. And man, him and RFK, because I saw a lot of people, kids, autism and all of these different things, and Trump, the information that Trump gave about the vaccines, coupled with the information that RFK gave about certain shots, was it allowed me the opportunity to make sure my kids had a better chance at being who God made them to be versus who medicine may have affected them. Now, their mothers didn't listen to absolutely everything like I wish they would have. My next woman gonna be a Muslim. That's a fact. She might be a migrant, but she gonna be a Muslim. He loves everybody. But his 70-year-old ass just worked at McDonald's. This is my man's Anton Daniels. I do not know him. I ain't met him personally yet. He's a West Side YouTuber, and he's one of the biggest in Detroit. Now, this political stuff is his realm. I touch on it a lot, you know what I'm saying, because I'm learning, and then I'm the mindless mentor, baby. So I got to be aware to help my ignorant ass subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Now, all my subscribers ain't ignorant. Some of them got some ignorance in them, like they be wanting to be ignorant, but they got to be responsible. And they rather be responsible more than anything. And that's why they fuck with me, because I got to be responsible too. But I let my ignorance show on this YouTube channel. With that being said, I ain't got nothing but love for everybody. Damn, man, time. We're going to let it play a little bit. We ain't going to leave him off on this. Right. She been getting a public check, sucking off the public teeth. And that gives you a different mentality in life. Totally. With that being said, write in Vanessa Moss for 36 District Court Judge if you're in Detroit, because we about to be voting for that. And I'm out. Juan-O's world in this joint. Stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring. Makes me wanna scream. Stop pressuring me. Stop pressuring me.